The Hornets go 1-1 over the weekend as the Hornets go to Golden State and don't look like the same Hornets. But they rebound and get a win in Portland, a huge win. At one point, they were up 20 points. Let's talk about both of those games.
Let me take you to a place where we never can be found. On the edge of Carolina where the sun come out of the ground. No nobody, just nobody, only broken hearts allowed. Right outside of Savannah, about an hour from the town.
Hello everyone, it's Everything Buzzity here, back again with another video. And tonight, we're going to wrap up everything that happened over the weekend, the two games. Let's go ahead and get into it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the video with a friend. Leave a comment if you enjoyed the video or not. Anyways, let's get into it. So for starters, we will go to the Warriors game. Nothing too crazy to talk about here. It was a game where we really couldn't get any shots to fall. I mean, if you look at that first half, we scored 15 points and 14 points. So when you're not able to score against the Golden State Warriors, you're probably not going to win. As we really were getting good shots, but the problem was turnovers with 18. We shot 36% from the field, 28% from three, and you're just not going to win. A couple storylines in this game that will carry on into the next matchup. Seth Curry, he had a hip injury, so he was unable to go in Portland tonight. I didn't mention it last video, but I believe I did actually. Davis Bertans, left knee hyperextension. He might be out for a couple weeks or so. Hopefully he can get back fully healthy before mid-March, because I do like to watch that boy play. Grant Williams got called out. The league doesn't really like him for some reason. And Micic, that'll be the last point I talk about. A lot of fans are getting on him, because in that game, I mean, he only had 2 turnovers, but he was missing reads. I believe second, third quarter, the Warriors definitely wanted to force him to shoot, as he only went 4 for 13 and 2 for 7 from 3. And that was really the whole idea that Kerr was running in that ball game, and we just weren't able to hit any shots. Nobody could hit shots, so it's not all on Micic, and he definitely rebounded, and we're going to get into that. So tonight, your Charlotte Hornets went into Portland, a Portland team that was down 6 players. I'd say 1, 2, 3, all of them are rotational players. So down 6 guys. They're down Brogdon, they're down Robert Williams, who's out for the year with his knee injury. Brown, trade from the Clippers, I believe. Shaedon Sharpe, I think he's out for an extended amount of time, if not the entire year. Scoot Henderson, and their second round pick, Rupert or something. But anyways, their big guy, DeAndre Ayton, was dominating. 26 points and almost 20 rebounds tonight, 11 for 16. He played great. He played great today. Really, their issue was the lack of scoring, the lack of shooting, and particularly from 3. I mean, I'm looking at Chris Murray, their first round pick, 0 for 4 from 3. Matisse Thybulle, 6 steals tonight. He's one of the best perimeter defenders I've seen, probably in our generation for sure. But if it's one thing he cannot do this year, and it is shoot that 3 ball. He's struggled. If you go and look at his numbers, he's at 34% from 3. That's not good. That's not good. He was 0 for 2 from 3, 0 points in 30 minutes of play. Grant went 1 for 6. And really the main reason they lose today is because of Simons. I mean, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 4 for 21. Led the team in shot attempts today. There's no reason you should be leading the team in shot attempts if you go 4 for 21 and 0 for 8. He's the reason we won this game for the most part. His inability to get effective shots and make those shots. You have to be able to dish the ball and play make and get the ball in other guys' hands like Grant, Ayton. Like, there's other guys out there. So he was ineffective today and was the main reason, in my opinion, they lost this matchup. Let's go ahead and talk about our team. We played great defense. They were only allowed to score 80 points. This team, when you look at them at the start of the year, I'd say right after that Terry Rozier trade, night and day, bro. It's night and day. The defense is so much better. The communication, the rotations. You have guys who are locked in, and even the players that weren't really locked in, like Bryce McGowan's, they're actually showing effort. Bryce has shown a little bit of effort in these past 2 games where he's been able to get minutes, and it's showing. It's showing. I mean, the Portland TrailBlazers shot 35% from the field, 9% from 3. They were 3 for 32. That is bad, man. That is horrid. That is horrid. And yeah, they weren't making their shots, but also we weren't giving them easy opportunities to make those shots for most of the game. There were periods where they were getting open shots, but our defense was great. Let's go ahead and do a couple player highlights real quick. Some interesting storylines from this game. Grant Williams, because Portland mostly had a big on the court, he didn't play a lot of minutes. He only got 23 minutes, 5 points, 2 rebounds, was 1 for 4 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3. So we didn't see a ton of run from him like you would usually see from Grant. My player of the game, I'm going to give this to Cody Martin. It's a toss-up between Cody and Nick Richards tonight. But I'm going to give the nod to Cody. 11 points, 6 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals, and a block. 4 for 8 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3. He just was playing great defensively, and it was the main reason why Simons struggled. I mean, Simons could not get any looks on the perimeter, especially. And again, that's team defense, but he was playing on both sides of the ball, especially his playmaking in this game. I think he threw Richards like 2 or 3 lobs tonight that were beautiful lobs. So great game from Cody. If we can get this from him a little bit more often, and I think that's more of his role, is to play off-ball playmaking when Micic is in, and take that the main focal point of playmaking when Man is in the game. But great game from him. Moving on, we'll talk about Nick Richards. 21 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks. He was a beast. 8 for 11. Great game from him. He had 2 offensive rebounds tonight. Now, his defensive rebounding is something to be desired, I think. I mean, DeAndre Ayton almost had 20 rebounds. Okay? And you were matched up against him most of the night. So he's not the perfect player. He's not a starter caliber center, but a great game. He's having a great stretch here. And I think Mark will be able to obviously do a little bit more. Because I think Mark is a more finesse center, while Nick is more of a power center. But these lobs that he's able to get with now playmakers like Man, like Micic, and now Cody being able to expand his game into that, it's going to help him going forward. And it's going to help both of our centers. Like, our centers don't have to catch low passes. Our centers don't have to worry about getting the ball in awkward situations. They can just play their role. Roll to the basket, dunk it. That's it. That's all we need from you. Because these guys are going to find you. Trust me. So great game from Nick. Love what he did. Vasilije Micic, man. He's getting a lot of crap. You know, he was getting a lot of crap from specific fans. all right, on Twitter. If you know, you know. Um, 11 points, 7 assists tonight, 2 rebounds, 2 steals, 5 for 6 from the field. He was just getting to the rack. And when Micic is playing aggressive, and this is something that I've noticed, and really, Golden State forced him into that, and he had tired legs, whatever. But when he's aggressive and getting in pick and roll sets and deciding to get to the rack and attack, right? And I feel like there's going to be times where we're going to get aggravated at him because he's so unselfish, right? Where he'll have a wide open layup and he'll just pass it up. Look, EuroLeague's totally different. No 3-second defensive violations or anything like that. So he has to get used to that, I think. This is going to be he's going to have a great career, I think. I think this is going to be a multi-year vet. He'll play into his mid-30s, I think, for sure. He's going to be an NBA caliber player, for sure, off of the bench. So I love what he did, 11 points, 7 assists, like I said earlier. Now, the one thing I think that could unlock, and if he's never going to be like a sniper, so let's stop that. But if we can get him to having a respectful 3, right, as he's losing this athleticism, I'm sure that's a part of his game that he wants to improve on. But if he can become a respectful 36% from 3 type of dude, this is a player offensively that can do everything off of the bench. And I just love his game, love watching him play make. His pass, he had a couple passes. He had a pass to Brandon Miller, if you didn't see that on the fast break, where so it's a 3-on-2, I think, and I think it's Miles and Brandon, and he looks at Miles, and it's a no look. It's a no look on the fast break, on the money, jam it. And I think, didn't he throw a no look alley oop or something? He is an amazing playmaker in every sense of the word. So I absolutely love him here in Charlotte, and looking forward to see what he's able to do in March and April. Moving on, I think we'll touch on 3 more players. Trey Mann, 4 points, no, 6 points, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. 2 for 7 from the field, 28%. It was rough. Offensively speaking, he didn't really get the run he usually gets. Only played 24 minutes tonight. It just felt like that's how the game was called, and it is what it is. Not much to say. I think Trey played good. I think he played a good game. All in all, it's not something jaw-dropping or anything. Wasn't particularly efficient, but he had the ability tonight to really attack the rim, and his pressure on the rim was very good. And there were a couple assists there that I felt like he should have had, but obviously some players weren't making some shots. But he had a good game. It's a game where the stats don't tell the whole story. Let's talk about Brandon Miller. You look at the stat line in 38 minutes of play: 17 points, 4 rebounds and assists, 2 steals, 8 for 18, 1 for 6 from 3. But it ended up being a solid game, an okay game, but nothing I'm going to write home about. 5 turnovers. He had a couple plays there where it let Portland in the game. Specifically, what comes to mind is Micic had the ball, and he was trying to run a pick and roll off of the left wing, and Brandon Miller's there, and Micic is trying to go around him, and Miller just stands there, and they bump each other, and he takes the ball, but he has Matisse Thybulle, and Brandon's has a loose dribble right now. He's not the most proficient in one-on-one breakdown. So when you get on one of the best perimeter defenders in the league, this is what is going to happen. And that's exactly what happened. He got stripped, and it was 2 easy points. And That's not on Micic. That's on Brandon Miller. You have to relocate there. Set a screen, a slip fade, and go to the top of the key. At the end of the day, that's what you should have done. But he didn't do that, and there was a couple moments there. So all in all, the base stats look great. Especially late in that fourth, I think he started to come on that fourth quarter. He hit a couple shots that really kept it out of reach, I think. So Brandon Miller, we already know what he does consistently night in and night out, but it was an alright game for him. Can't have those mistakes though. We can't have 5 turnover games. That just cannot happen. And lastly, I kind of touched on him earlier. Bryce McGowan's got 20 minutes to burn. We're not even going to touch on JT Thor. Okay, he played 4 minutes. All right, whatever. Okay, good riddance. But Bryce McGowan had the best plus minus tonight, plus 17 when he was on the court. 4 points, 4 rebounds, 1 for 3. I liked his defense tonight. Offensively, he's still just not NBA caliber right now. Maybe year 3, maybe. I don't know. I think he's going to be the odd man out going forward with Nick Smith Jr. and Seth Curry and Brandon Miller, Cody Martin, all our guards, off guards that we have, and wings. I don't think it's meant to be. But we'll see what he's able to do going down the stretch here. Really, he needs to develop a three-point shot. I think if he can sit in the corner and just have a consistent shot, you're going to find some place in the future of this team for the next year or two. I'm not talking about the next 4 years or something, because but he's fighting to stay on a roster at this point. Anyways, in summary here, this was a great performance, and I think what stands out the most is defensively with this team. And yes, we're not going to make a playoffs or anything like that. I don't think so. I think it's going to take us not losing another 5 games. Like, you can't lose another 5 games or something like that. Like, it just can't happen. But I think when we're trying to build something for next season, this defense is amazing. Like, when you can hold a team to 80 points scored in big 2024, this isn't the 80s anymore. This isn't where, like, now teams are scoring 150 points, right? With like 120, 125, and you hold the team to 80 points. I know it's the Portland TrailBlazers, but still, you play great defense, and that great defense allows you to score 95, 100 points, and still get wins. And we didn't have our best player either. So, great win, great W. This was a fun game to watch. This team is a lot of fun. I think now we're 5-1 since the trade. Things are looking up here in Charlotte. The team has a bright future, I think. And I think when we talk about next season, the teams that are going to surprise us, because there's always that team that takes a jump or is a huge surprise, like Orlando, for example. I think we're going to turn some heads next season. I really do. But the groundwork to that starts today. Starts in the second half of the season. Anyways, this is everything Buzz City here. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the video with a friend. Y'all know the drill. Leave a comment about the game. Leave a comment about a player. Ask me a question. I'll answer it. Anyways, again, this is everything Buzz City here. I'm out. Peace, guys.